Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Green Out Ambition page. My name is Jessie. I am a business coach that specifically works with entrepreneurs that are in the food and event space. I am passionate about helping people with being able to understand the key parts to having a solid back office system so that they're able to grow and scale up. Today, I wanted to come live and talk to you about a topic that often comes up in my DMs. But before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel because I'll be coming out with a live conversation at least once a week on different topics that pertain to the event and food space. I wanted to talk today about marketing mistakes that occur in the food and event industry. Usually, when I talk to people about what are some of the challenges that they're currently facing in their business, one of the things that come up is marketing. I know that can be a very broad topic, but today I wanted to just talk about some of the common mistakes that I find that occur within our niche and industry. So I have notes here, and definitely feel free if you're watching this as type your comment and I will make sure that I will respond back to you at that time. Okay, so let's get through these 5 main mistakes that occur when marketing your food and event business. The first one, it's probably the biggest culprit, but there's also some other ones that pay up that actually add on to this. So the first topic that I find, mistake that I find that occurs is not having a clear marketing strategy. What can happen is that we can get so tempted to only look at the social platform. The social platform is just the tool. What people will think is that, oh, I'm posting on social media all the time. That should be what's helping my business grow. Well, no, not really, because if there's no strategy behind it, what occurs is that you're always looking for new followers, new followers, new followers. But if you don't have a clear strategy as to why you're wanting people to the page, how are you going to get platform into your actual business? Like if you have any promotions that are going on, but there has to be some clear expectation or some clear strategy from when someone hits my page, if they like or comment or they follow me or they may request more information, what are the steps that I'm wanting to take that person through? So the reason why it can feel as if like I'm putting out all this content, I'm trying to get these videos to go viral, for reels, or you're always on TikTok or whatever platform you're using, but there has to be strategy behind why you're doing what you're doing. Marketing is requires a strategy. If not, you will find yourself on a hamster wheel. So one of the things that I like to use is LinkedIn. And my whole thing for LinkedIn is that I am not just posting things on LinkedIn. My goal is to be able to connect with regional and corporate level executives that I can create relationships with, find out what are some of the challenges that their region are facing so that I can provide a solution instead of a consultation with them. If all day long I'm just sharing positive quotes over and over again, but never talking about the challenges that my client is facing or how I can solve that issue, then it's just a LinkedIn page that's just sharing a bunch of quotes. So your Instagram page may be just an Instagram page that's just sharing food. If you're not clear about a strategy, what will happen is that you'll find yourself things that may not actually get you new clients or the kind of visibility that you're wanting. So that is the first mistake that I find that occurs when a business is looking to improve their marketing. The second one that is to me also a big marketing, I'm going to stop saying that these are like one's bigger than other. let's just say if you're doing all five, you really need to take a moment to just sit back and figure out what strategy, like how you're going to attack this. But the second thing that, second mistake that I find that occurs is that a lot of food and event business have not taken the time to actually have their company set up in Google, and specifically Google My Business. Why that matters is because most people, especially at a specific demographic, the first thing that they go do when they're looking for anything is that they're going to Google. If someone types in private chef near me and you don't have your page set up, someone else is going to get that potential lead. So the first thing you really want to do is after you set up your website and everything like that, you want to either take the time to get your Google platform set up or pay someone to do it. But it's something that will really, really help you, because that will help you with being found, because the average person, especially, I always, it doesn't matter if I'm looking for a restaurant, a gym, a beautician, whatever, I will always type in blank near me. Because if that person has their business set up, what Google is going to be able to do is know where I'm located, as long as my location tracker is on my laptop or my cell phone. And what it's going to do is find people within the perimeter of where you're located. So you can have two people in the same city, but if someone says near me, one person's going to see other leads and contacts, where the other one's going to see different ones. So the second mistake that I find is that we're not taking time to do some of the foundational things, like setting up our business so that people can find us on Google. So if you haven't set up your Google My Business, I highly recommend you doing so. If you have questions on how to do it, I do have some videos that I have found that are very helpful with being able to explain how to do this on your own. So you can pay someone or you can do it yourself, whichever works for you. The third thing is the third mistake that I find that occurs is that we don't have a website that's being. What does that mean? SEO is search engine optimization. So you want to make sure that when you have someone creating your website, if you don't know how to really do it effectively, I highly recommend finding someone that can. Of course, starting out, you might have to throw it up, but at least if you just threw your site up, have it on your vision, you're getting your website professionally done so that it can be optimized so that people can find you. But a little hack in the meantime is making sure your Google My Business is set up, because that way at least they can find you through Google if they're not able to find you through your website being optimized. So the reason why having your website optimized is important is because you want to have keywords that are embedded on the website and also in the back office, so that people are able to find the keywords that they're searching for. So what are keywords? That's like if you go into Google and you type in event, what happens is that Google will give you like 10 different options to finish out the sentence. That's because someone's taken the time on those websites and all those blogs to actually have those keywords in their content, so that when you're looking for something specific, that you can find them. This is why it's not just enough to only have a website. Because if you put private chef, but you know where you're located, if you have a specific where, and you can actually describe it, or knowing how people search for business in Google is important, because you can have keywords that you think are what people use to search to find you. In reality, that is not how they look for you. So just make sure that for your website to be optimized, that you have the right keywords that are on your website. I recommend aiming to do at least some type of website update or blog post, if you can, once a month. But if you can't do it once a month, at least once a quarter, so that you're helping to push your content out more onto the platform, so that again, when someone's going into the beautiful app of Google or a platform of Google, that hopefully you'll push your page up higher onto the platform. So you got to think about it. Sorry, my voice is a little dry. It's been an interesting day. Okay. So the thing is that you have to remember that the average person, if they're Googling something, they're not going to always go to page 2. You're very lucky if they even go to page 2, but they're definitely not going to go to page 3 and 4. So you just want to make sure that you're having your page optimized so that you can hopefully aim to be on the first page of the keywords that you're being searched for, so that you are being found by your client. Okay, so we've gone over three of the 5 marketing mistakes that I find that people make in the food and event business. So I would like to know right now, if you're watching, what have you found yourself being challenged with one of these 3? And if you do not understand any part of something, hesitate to message me or comment below so that I can answer any of the questions in which you have. All right, so let's go into the 4th mistake that I find that often happens within marketing our food and event businesses. That is something that you may or may not be present to. It is not being a member of your local SBA or networking groups. Let's just put this out there. All networking groups are not created equal. Some networking groups are just a reason to drink. For some people, they're not there, or they're kind of speed dating mixed with a little bit of business. So don't just go and look for any type of networking group, but it is helpful to be a part of your SBA. Like, I am personally registered in the state of Louisiana. The Louisiana SBA has grants that are out there. They also have list of preferred vendors. You can also go through the route of getting government contracts if you go through that process. So there are really awesome benefits to being a part of your chambers or your small business authority within your city and state, because there are going to be some really great resources. One thing that I like to always talk about on my platforms is, don't get so wrapped up in working in your business that you're not taking time to work on your business. You may find yourself tempted to always be on social platforms, to just always post, but there are some very tangible things that you can actually do that can move your business forward by taking the time to network and making that a priority for yourself, so that you're able to get new clients, get in front of new people, and most importantly, have your name at the forefront of people's minds, so that when there is an opportunity, you're the first person that they're thinking about, not referring someone else. So just make sure you're participating in your SBA, your chamber, your local government, local networking groups that are going to be beneficial, where you can actually fill the gap. And another one that I did not mention that's great for networking, it is called how am I not Toastmasters. I'll make sure I'll put it in the comment. There's another one that I like, but I keep thinking Toastmasters, and it's not Toastmasters. So I will make sure I will mention that, but you at least have some that you can start working on. Okay, so let's get to the 5th and final mistake that people often make when it comes to marketing their event and food business. Is probably the core of all of the 4 previous ones that I mentioned. And it is not having clarity on your target market. How does your target market play into your marketing? It's everything. Because if you're not clear about your target market, you can spend all of this time creating a fancy website, putting out social, doing all of these fun and beautiful things, and at the end of the day, what happens is that the person that you're really trying to target, they don't even know that you're talking to them. Or you're not presenting your business in a way that they see that you're actually wanting to work with them, so they won't reach out. Yes, Some people don't care. They'll reach out to anyone and everyone just because they need to find a solution. But there is a chunk of people that if they come onto your Instagram or they come onto your website and they don't see that you're talking about something, they are going to leave. So I have done a video before on understanding your target market. I will make sure I'll put a link. I think it's on my Patreon community. You can more than welcome to join that community. It's only $20 to be a part of it. And I post a lot of exclusive videos and content in there about topics that pertain to entrepreneurs. But I think the target market is the core to all of this, because if you don't have clarity on your target market, I'm very positive to say you probably don't have a marketing strategy, because, or your marketing strategy may not be as effective because you're not talking to anyone, you're talking to everyone. If you don't have clarity on your target market, chances are when it comes to setting up your Google My Business, you may not be using the right key terms or presenting your business in the way with your descriptions and things like that that are going to speak to your client. Of course, your website probably will not speak again to the trouble of your client. Again, you're bigger than food, you're bigger than events, but you are probably wanting to work with a specific client. Yes, everyone can hire you, but the clearer you are on who you want to work with, then it's easier to put out content that speaks to those people. And then, of course, when you're now going to these SBAs, if you're not clear about your target market, you may be wanting to do more weddings. But if you're going to a networking group that's more about realtors, that might not be a good fit. Yes, anyone can be there, and there might be someone that knows people that are looking to get married. But there probably are going to be other networking groups that are going to make more sense for you to be a part of. So it's important to make sure, of all things, that you understand your target market. So I hope that these 5 tips or these 5 topics are giving you something to think about, so that you are able to take time to be clear about who do I want to work with, how do I get my business seen by the people that I want to see it. Everyone is not your client, and you're not for everyone. And that is fine, because the people that need your service, the people that need to work with you, they're looking for you, but they may not know how to find you. So if any of these topics or points you have questions, please feel free to comment below, and I will make sure that I will respond back to you. And if you do have any questions about how to be able to get your business more organized so that you can be able to grow, I'll make sure I put my link to schedule a consultation in the description and caption. So for now, please take a moment to like and share and comment on this specific video with somebody you think will benefit from it. And that is it for today. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.